when I was involved, actually in the past years, we talked about the Munich ecosystem and the role of the Munich ecosystem, how it evolved, what are the strengths, and really many things changed actually in the past, I would say 2 years, because I remember when we were on the DLD 2 years ago, it started to establish that Europe is economically not on par with the United States. At that time it was big news. Now it's not big news anymore. I think we all understood that. And it seems we are kind of waking up from a dream, and it seems we slept like, I don't know, 20 years, and something happened and we kind of missed it. And President Ursula von der Leyen, she just had this very strong speech, and she said, we can now only succeed, and we can only do that if Europe stands together, and if we unite Europe. And this is why we are actually here, right, to talk about European ecosystems and how we can stand together. And Helga, we could talk about cybersecurity. We talked the last days a lot about cybersecurity, but we're here to talk about the ecosystems. And you're strong in you work in public policy you worked at the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, and actually you were a member of the delegation that negotiated for Albania, because Albania is not part of the European Union, right?
Yet.
But you negotiated the EU membership, right? And now also like our NIS2 cybersecurity topic is being transposed, right, to the Albanian law. And currently you are leading the initiative for innovation hubs, and there's a very strong innovation hub coming on, and we are diving into that, right? And you told me you will start your study in negotiations in Valencia, right? And this what brings me to Carlos, because Carlos is from Valencia, and I don't know if you if you met the people from Valencia. So it was a big delegation, right? And I talked to many of them, and then I said, oh, you're also from the city of Valencia. No, look, I'm not from the city of Valencia, I'm doing this, but it doesn't matter, because we all work together, it's one ecosystem. And everyone told me that, and this is also how you introduced yourself. You know, I'm the advisor to the city of Valencia, the Valencia Innovation Capital, and we want to make Valencia a very strong hub, a leading ecosystem in Europe, right? And this is like your public role, and you also have this private role. You're working for family offices, and you're also investing. And Vlad, your intro was also very kind, because when I talked to Mark, he said, look, Vlad, he's the co-founder of Taxylvania, and Taxylvania, it's like a little bit like DLD, they have a lot of heart, and it's non-transactional. It's a great event. So I think this was the biggest compliment you can get from the DLD team, and also have the Taxylvania on the radar, because if you love DLD, you will also love this event, I guess. So now let's start with talking about your ecosystems, right? And Helga, maybe this, I already mentioned it a little bit. You're building up something great, and there was this delegation to Tirana. Some of you might have joined. What is going on now in Tirana? What are you doing?
Well, thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very proud to represent all those startups from Albania and all those young people who are trying so much to reach the added value markets and to reach with their peers globally, because we have to be aware that Albania has been only 34 years of democracy, and we have stepped out of a really let's say, wild regime, and now we talk about innovation, AI, and we hosted the DLD team in June in Tirana, which was an amazing experience. And I have to say that I'm proud of what we have represented to the DLD team, and that we made it to the stage with Taxylvania and with Valencia, to say that they are really emerging ecosystems more than Tirana, but Tirana is trying so much, and to be honest, this October, it will be a delegation of 16 startups that will go to Silicon Valley from Tirana, which are part of the Plug and Play Accelerator, and they will pitch to the venture capitals there and to investors that will support their efforts and will also support Albania in this road of digital transformation, because it's a very big, let's say, effort for our society to move from a traditional family entrepreneurship model to these new models that are emerging into the society and into Europe. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to showcase what is happening in Tirana.
Great.
Thank you.
Helga. And Helga, you have a pyramid.
We have a pyramid.
In Tirana. Why do you have a pyramid in Tirana?
Well, the pyramid was designated to be the grave of the ex-dictator, but the pyramid belongs to the people of Albania, to the people of Tirana, and the American Albanian Development Foundation made it possible to give the object and this building back to the people. And inside of the pyramid, we have such an amazing, let's say, franchises and efforts that are moving forward the new generation of Albanian entrepreneurship. We have Blerina here, which is the junior team in Albania that is trying so much to help the ecosystem in Albania to gain the skills of entrepreneurship. We have Tumo Tirana, which is the coding academy for young people, which is free of charge, and we are supporting a young generation to be closer to this digital literacy mindset and mind shift. So the pyramid of Tirana is the digital transformation of the mummy that belongs to Tirana people, and we are all trying to make it possible that that hub is part of this circular economy and will always belong to the people of Albania and will always belong to the business that will make a social and economic development of our country. So,
that's so cool. That's so cool how you transfer like this to the modern world. And Carlos, what are you doing in Valencia? It seems there's so much energy, so much passion. What is special about the Valencian ecosystem?
Of course, the quality of life. We are the number one. The quality of life, sun, paella. Of course not. But Stefan, honestly, just 10 years ago, Valencia was not only for the Mediterranean style and paella, but now, yes, the last 8 years, we started a strategy. We don't want to, we build our own ecosystem. We don't want to reply the Silicon Valley ecosystem and more our own style, because in Valencia, we are really particular. The funny thing is I am from Colombia. I am a Valencia. I was part of the starting ecosystem in Valencia. That was the reason I like so much the Valencian ecosystem. I would say we have 4 or 5 pillars. Is this the question?
Yes.
Okay. I will start with the combination with the quality of life. This is Mediterranean side with our very strong collaborative startup ecosystem. Why is that so special? Because with the Latino culture, we are more open, we are more easygoing, mañana. We are not a street, a structure, you know. That is one of the key points. The second key point from our point of view is the strong relationship between the public and the private sector. Is because the city of Valencia, because I represent the city through Valencia Innovation Capital. It's a funny thing that represent different organizations. But in this part, the private and the public sector really work together. And that's not bullshit, that's the reality. We have a really strong strategy, the city through the private with the research center, with the university. Valencia is the top university in Spain, on the top 100 university, Politécnica Valenciana. She represents Valencia, and that's at the beginning. The 3 elements, the key point element, I would say, is about we need to be specialized. Every ecosystem try to compete on blah, 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 or to reply others. But honestly, we know which areas we are strong. Valencia is strong in cybersecurity. We have the biggest cybersecurity company in the country. Deep tech, biotechnology together with Barcelona, a smart city. Valencia leads in the smart city space. Mobility. Why mobility? Of course, our city is flat. The beach is in the city, has the perfect site to create innovation in mobility. We are 800,000 million persons, 1 million. It's together with Copenhagen. Others, if you think about mobility, you need to find the site. It's perfect, Valencia, for testing technology, has the perfect site. Amsterdam is a testing lab for America. Honestly, in the coming 5 years, 10 years, we will be the tech lab, because the city of Valencia is a lab. You can see innovation everywhere. honestly, that's it about bullshit, but the four elements, the key four elements is we have a really collaborative entrepreneurial startup ecosystem. We work together. You know, you can get access to the ecosystem in 1 second, in one call. In the other city, European city, you need to have an appointment 2 months ago, blah, blah. Carlos, that's impossible. You know, I travel every 2 weeks in different cities in Europe. This is part of my role.
And Carlos, why? Because it's like you mentioned that as if it is so easy. I guess it's so difficult, right? You have like the public institutions, and then you have the private institutions. They have a totally different working mode. How do you do that? What is so special?
Honestly, the key word is collaboration. It's a human set, collaboration. It's about, and the end is about people. We are connected about people. Valencia is now connected with DLD through a connection with Mark, with Christian, with Alessia. Alessia was in Valencia 4 weeks ago, and now we're here. We've been a few delegations from Valencia, and now we organize a dinner in Valencia for the DLD community. And that's true. Honestly, we are connected with all the principal hubs in Rio. Derma, Tallinn, with partnership. Tallinn, Copenhagen, Berlin. I hope soon Munich. I spent 6 flights this year in Munich. Honestly, it's the first time that I had the opportunity to start a chat with Stefan. I take a flight last year to Belgium, to Brussels, to have a chat with him. But honestly, impossible. Please send me an email 3 months ago. No, Stefan, he was always really nice. We had the opportunity to have a chat with Christine. I know Helmut. Of course, at the end, I had to use my responsible leader from the Bembe Foundation. Of course, if you are in Munich, you say, Bembe, Carlos, welcome to. Honestly, fifth key element is our flagship conference called BDS. It's a 12,000 conference. It's the second biggest in the country. In the South Europe, it's one of the most important. And this is our platform to get in touch with other ecosystems. But because we use conference to get in the ecosystem. Because the who is coming for conference. And this is the place because I love bringing people together. Because at the end, it's the people about taking decisions. At the end, my role is to have meeting with them. Vice mayor, mayor, minister, because they take the decision. We need to be more efficient. Take decision. I am really passionate about Valencia because I love Valencia. I can tell you about the key point, the word number, etc., etc. Other thing is, on the last of them, is about I would say the paella. The paella, it is some ridiculous. The paella is our magic ingredients because we always invite people to Valencia. We cover everything. We bring Stefan next year. I hope so.
I will come.
Because he said, honestly,
definitely.
in the next month, it's impossible. I
And Carlos, you said when you were here and we were talking, you said, I said, what do you need to build this ecosystem? You said, I need amigos. So I think we are now all amigos, right?
And now
this
is
Amigos.
now
exactly.
for you and Vlad, yeah.
And also with Vlad, exactly.
Yeah.
And also with Vlad. And Vlad, your Texylvania is very special. We heard about that, right? And I've been actually to Cluj 15 years ago. It's an amazing city. It's like really a European top story because so many things were going on, but it's 15 years ago. So also here I would like to visit you and to have a look at it myself, and I guess you also in the crowd. But tell us now, what is special about the Romanian ecosystem, about Cluj and about Texylvania?
Yeah, so what makes the Romanian ecosystem special is the level of talent that we have, and especially engineering talent. And that's primarily due to the universities that we have in the countries, which have really strong focus on mathematics and informatics. And we have here Catalina from one of the biggest from the biggest university in Romania, actually, who's in charge of entrepreneurship programs. And Romania as a whole has more than 250,000 people working in IT and C, and going back to Cluj, which is the second biggest city in Romania and the unofficial capital of Transylvania, which is our hook to get all of these folks to visit. It's a young city. We have 100,000 people, 100,000 students out of 400,000 people living in the city, and about 10% work in IT&C, and that makes the ecosystem quite vibrant from that perspective. And while the ecosystem initially grew through outsourcing and IT services, it started to develop once we had international founders come to the ecosystem. My connection to technology was through a German founder who had a startup in Cluj, actually, and we started working together. And that's when I saw the impact that you have when you build products rather than doing just outsourcing. And when you have products that impact millions of people. We were building a mobile navigation app used by 5 million people. That was like more than 10 years ago. That's when we saw that there's a really big need to get people together, and especially the talent with innovators, with entrepreneurial thinkers, and see what can come out of that. And that was also a big inspiration for us at Techsylvania. And really the goal since 12 years ago when we started was to get the most amazing founders, investors, and executives from all over the world to visit.
And you mentioned like you're inviting like a lot of top US speakers and investors to Techsylvania.
Yeah, so we had one of the co-founders and former CTO of SpaceX. We had the founder of a $100 billion company who's Romanian and who was pretty much under the radar when he visited 6 years ago, and now he's probably the most successful Romanian founder worldwide. And he's also a fantastic and very well-respected professor at Berkeley in California. So yeah, that's really the type of folks that we're looking to attract, who can, first of all, inspire the ecosystem, but also give back knowledge and potentially also invest and mentor in up-and-coming
Getting
teams.
experience into the ecosystem,
Yes.
role models you can
Exactly.
learn from. That's really cool. And Helga, you mentioned this pyramid, right? I have this picture of this pyramid of innovation. How do you make sure, what do you do so that it's thriving? What are the activities?
The activities. Actually, the pyramid acts like a facilitator within the ecosystem. So we bring together policy making, we bring together donors, and the main donors in Albania right now are the USA with like bringing the plug and play in through the AADF. It's also the EU for Innovation with the funds from GIZ. So it's a European funding, also a presence in Albania. And on the other side, we have let a free competition. So we have opened the doors for everybody to join us. There is no KPI at the first level of selection. So we are trying to be inclusive in society because there are lots of people left aside from the system. So we're trying to build a system without a system. So we give everybody the opportunity to express themselves, and after that there will be a competition for the best idea to thrive.
And I imagine, like before you had that, right? Many Albanian people, they went abroad to other hubs and to other ecosystems, so they are now far away.
Actually, they are not far away because we have brought diaspora back to Tirana. There are more than 10 startups in Albania right now which have come back from Amsterdam, from Berlin, from Frankfurt. We have a presence from Manchester in Albania for cybersecurity. So we are bringing back diaspora in our country to learn from them because they are not people that has been in generation out of the country. They are just students. They are my friends, my cousins that have gone for a better life, but they have to come back and to share what they have learned and to transmit the energy, to transmit the knowledge to their parents, to their siblings, to their peers, because you cannot act locally. You have to go globally, and how you go globally is like you connect with your own kind, you connect with your own people, so you don't get lost into the globalization. You still have an identity, but you still connect. Yes. So that's the aim.
That's actually what we also discussed about Germany on the last DLD, when we said there are so many amazing German founders, very successful in the United States. We also need to build a bridge, and we don't need to bring them back, but we need to bring back their experience, right? This is so valuable. So I think that counts for everyone, and also for you, Carlos. And when we discussed, I mentioned you're looking for amigos, right? So when you build this Valencian ecosystem now, You said like you build sandboxes, and so can you tell me a little bit about what are like the ingredients now for this ecosystem?
Yes, of course. I want to start with that. We don't compete with our city. We want to looking for a complementary city, and for that we use some strategy. First of all, our sandbox. We have more than 120 locations to test technology from other cities. We're looking for a startup that wants to test his technology in our city. We give them all the support. We give money, office, the resource to get into the country, not only in Valencia, because we get access to the country. And now we are connected with Latin America. I am from Colombia, of course. I started in Medellin. I am from Medellin. We build a bridge. I love this word, bridge, because it's about building collaboration and a strategy. Without a strategy, honestly, doesn't work, because at the end, it's not about the money. Sorry, I talk it always. The question was?
The question was, what are the ingredients? But I would like also, I remember now when you say that, I remember that with Angela, when we also had this discussion with Angela, and she said, look, Valencia, it's easy to describe, it's the third city syndrome. I said, what's the third city syndrome? And she said, look, it's very often that in a country you have two competing cities. Yeah. And it's Barcelona, right, and it's Madrid. But then it's like they're on competition, and then there's a third party kind of laughing, right? In German we say the lachende Dritte, right? It's laughing party, and then it's coming up from nowhere, right? Would you also say this is like the Valencian effect? It's like between these two well-known innovation hubs?
Yeah, of course. You know, I need to talk about my Colombian perspective. It's a really funny thing when I came to Spain. Yeah, honestly, this Madrid and Barcelona. Of course, we can compete with Madrid and Barcelona. Madrid most for the government side, and Barcelona for coming from that is much bigger. But I love to say that we are more agile, more smart, and honestly, we are the best city in Spain. The minister, the Bundesminister says, Munich is a Bundesstadt. Ja, klar. Valencia auch. Yeah, honestly, my job, honestly, I need to go from here to build Valencia Munich. We have a direct flight. I want to see more Munich. How do you say that? It's like in München. Ich bin a München.
München? Yeah, München. Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Then, we need our sandbox, our procurement management. We have grant. Of course, we need to offer. It's a part of the strategy to win. If you want to make your ecosystem great again, great. Yeah. You need to bring people. You need to mix. I saw so many cities. We are so powerful. You need to be in touch with other ecosystems. And now, honestly, we are connected. I loved your idea. I was impressed. I saw the music from Tirana, DLD. I was really, really impressed. I never heard before in my life, sorry my ignorance, about Tirana. Mia Murati, Dua Lipa is from, now I take a flight because my job is to fly a lot to Tirana and take transit.
Yeah. So we already have, now we need to schedule our event plan for the upcoming months.
I'm sorry, I want to tell you that, of course we know the new strategy for the government, from the European, startup, scale up, from von der Leyen.
5 more minutes. Mark, are you hinting 5 more minutes? 5 more minutes. Super, thank you. Yeah. Because it's really because here is like one minute, and that leaves me room for like one last question. Because we discussed a lot about your ecosystem. Now that you're here, right? You saw Munich, you saw the DLD, you saw our ecosystem. What can we learn from you, or what do you see where you say, oh, please stop doing this, or why don't you do that? Carlos, maybe let's start. No. And very brief.
So what I heard these days and what it kept me going is that I am really kind of secure now, not secure, but I'm sure now that technology is not a privilege of tech people and of people that are professional in this industry. It's now a topic that it belongs to all of us to to share our experience, to take care of each other, to bring technology close to the people so people feel safe when using it, so companies feel safe when their employees are using tools of AI, and that our nations are safer and they go on the way of development and not in the way of preparing ourselves for war. So I would love to take out from Munich that we love each other, that we will care for each other, and we'll make technology kind of a better place.
That's very positive, but Helga, you need to, what is Avash Avash?
Avash Avash is slowly. We take
Slowly.
it slowly. In Albania, we love life. We love to enjoy our day. We'd love to stay by the sun. So Avash Avash.
Maybe that's also something.
We slowly go there.
Super. Vlad.
So I think what the DLD is doing is amazing, because what's super important is to connect with other ecosystems, and DLD is doing that, and I would like to see that in other companies, in other accelerators, really to connect with other ecosystems, because this is how you learn, this is how you start collaborations, and I see this like coming from a second-tier city, which Cluj is. Everybody in like the main cities in Bucharest, they're trying to do business between them, to connect within their own ecosystem, so that they're not really branching out to expand in other places. And me, being in a second-tier city, it kind of forced me to go and look not only in Bucharest, but like all over the world. So I think that's kind of important when you're not, and even if you're like in a big city like Munich, it's important to connect with others.
Super. Yes. And Carlos, how about you? What can we learn? And before you said mañana.
Yeah. Do you know this word mañana, so morgen? Yeah, this is Spanish way, mañana. The question is, what can we
learn from you?
From
and
me.
you mentioned mañana, so I want to know, what maybe we can learn mañana.
No, mañana. Be more human, more human. This is I love DLD. This is my second time here. The DLD team creates, honestly, the right environment without egos. This is the first tech conference. I know so many tech conferences. This is really very creative, because it is a very human conference. That is that I want to share. And the end is a human, people. That's it. It's easy. It's easy. Make business now. It's be yourself. Easy. We are all at the same level. And that's the other thing that I love the DLD. We are all the same here. Yeah. You know, we are in a, okay, that is for me the key.
I like that. That's European. And thank you so much, Carlos and Vlad and Helga, for this discussion. I mean, we talked about European ecosystems, right? I think we're living that, so let's explore and get to know each other and work together. And now I'm stealing what we discussed before, because one of you said, we are not in a competition, but when we collaborate and we work together, we are creating opportunities.
Yes,
and this is the amazing thing. So thank you so much, and thanks to the audience.
Thank you,
Thank
Stefan.
you.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you.
Thank you.